Martin Luther King Jr. came to Birmingham, Alabama in 1963 on a mission to a place he called the most segregated city in the United States. In the nonviolent demonstrations that followed, King and hundreds of protesters were arrested. They were pressing the city to eliminate laws that sought to keep blacks and whites separated in schools, restaurants, and many other public places. King and his followers were met with fierce resistance from the police. Public Safety Commissioner Eugene Bull Connor, backed by the majority of white residents, was determined to stop the demonstrations.
You can never whip these boys if you don't keep you and them separate. I found that out, buddy. You've got to keep the white and the black separate.
After 3 days of sit-ins, there are more than 300 arrests. But Bull Connor has a plan to roadblock the demonstrators.
You know, those Kennedys, up there in Washington, that little old Bobby Sox and his brother, the president, they'd give anything in the world if we had some trouble here. If we don't have any trouble, we can beat them at your own game.
Without enough volunteers to continue the protest, King and other leaders enlisted hundreds of young school children to keep the marches going and fill up the jails.
The next day, the young people burst out the doors of 16th Street Baptist Church, and now Bull Connor has lost them. And he deploys the hoses and the dogs, and that is the turning point.
It's awful to see an adult hosed down or attacked by a dog or beaten with a baton. It's a completely different thing to see a 9-year-old hosed down. That is a powerful message that gets sent out to the world. And it's one, unsurprisingly, that the world reacts to in horror, in shame. Those images, they are seared into the nation's brain.
The Birmingham campaign was a climactic battle of the civil rights movement. For many, it stands as an iconic symbol of the sacrifices made by King and thousands of African Americans.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from a professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood, the hood view, you know? Representation of black people on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
3, 2, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics. We're going to deep detail dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
I'm Tony's #1 soul brother.
Welcome to HVP. Now, the agenda is deep because it's Black History, baby. And one thing you know about us, we black. We black first. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
Shouts out to all the motherfuckers out this joint that have been down for the black cause since the beginning of time, as you just listened. Now we're gonna tap into this video, just play it for a minute, right? When Main Man made the decision to say we have to keep black and white separate, people don't understand today, that's living today, how crucial that is because it was actually a chunk of Americans that felt like he was speaking for them. And when he said you got to, he was real adamant about you got to keep them separated. He pulled a hose on our young black children, right? Think about that today. If a chief of police turned a hose, 5 extinguisher hose on 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds today, right now, what the fuck will happen? Just imagine him saying, you know what? Not only do I want to keep us separated, I'm going to intimidate their ass. I'm going to put the hoses and turn the dogs loose on kids to let them know that I'm serious about this shit. And people don't understand, if you're living it now, how tough that is to live through when you have people in power talking like that. Which makes the reason even more of us sitting on this podcast, making sure our black culture is not misled into continuing stuff like that, thought processes like that. That's all. That's the only reason we're here, to wake up the black culture to facts, not feelings. You know what I'm saying? That you got something to say? Only one soul, brother.
I mean, it's the same shit today. I mean, what's different from the dogs and the hoses and back then and what they doing now? You had a 10-year-old handcuffed and locked up for peeing outside. You got the police and these chokeholds choking motherfuckers out. They choked the motherfucker to death over selling loose cigarettes, and all he was doing was selling loose cigarettes. You got the police had his knee on the back of on George Floyd's neck for nine almost 10 minutes. I mean, what's the difference between Bull Counter and what we got going on today? To me, it's the same thing.
That's true. That's why when Trump say, I'm gonna get the black vote, right?
So I'm about to get into that.
When he say that, that's why we do this thing. Well, that's why when at the beginning of every podcast, you can go back. We're coming up on our anniversary too. You can go back to every podcast from the beginning. And every beginning of those podcasts, you will get something from civil rights history. There's a reason for that. Because if you watch this podcast and you're not in tune to what the past was, we're here for that. I really feel that if we're going to be here, we got to be here to educate the black man, the black woman, on the ones that do not research history, go by what's now, and don't really recognize the big picture. And that's why we're here. That's it. And we want to debate to the tooth and nail any black person that thinks different from us. You think you got a better vision for the black culture than me and number one soul brother? Come here now. Anytime you want, you can put them on right the fuck now. It's the reason why we're here. We want that debate. We want the black audience to sit there and watch the debate. What's best for us? Not sound bites, not the bullshit where you can just go on with these normal little talking points. No, get into the nuts and bolts of black culture and how that fucking benefits us. Period. And when we get to there, that's why we're here. Be honest with you, to break it down and decipher shit.
I'm like this. I'm to the point. I don't even want to sit back and debate with an asshole. If you ain't got nothing constructive to bring to the debate, I don't even want to hear from you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been sick for the last couple of weeks. I ain't even hardly been out. So it gave me a chance to sit back and get caught up on some things and see some things. And I saw some things over the weekend that as a black person, as black people out there, if you're not offended to your core over some of the things that Donald Trump has said this weekend and some of the things that's been said on Fox News over the weekend, something is seriously wrong with you. I don't care who you are, what your status may be, what you think about anything. If you are not offended, something is seriously wrong with you. A dude came on Fox. This is the first thing. A dude came on, a commentator on Fox News, sit there and said that he will get the black vote because Trump put out some raggedy ass tennis shoes. He will get the black vote and he will cut into the black vote or whatever he said because black people love tennis shoes. Let me tell you something. If black people voted because of put out some tennis shoes, Michael Jordan would have been a 2-term president. I ain't see that happen. Not even close. The ignorance of MAGA Republicans, Fox News, and Donald Trump. That's what they think of y'all. They think they could throw some cheap ass tennis shoes in your face, like he's some kind of Pied Piper. For HBCUs than any president, which is a damn lie. The president has did the most for HBCUs and given them HBCUs more money than anybody is your current president, Joe Biden.
First of all, Fannie Willis,
look it up.
Fannie Willis, the vice president, all come from HBCUs.
All of them come from HBCUs.
He been dogging all of them.
Yes. Yes. And I ain't even got to the most offensive thing that he did and said this weekend.
I'm about to play some of that shit.
And the most offensive thing was when he got into why black people follow him and why he's could win black people. And it's because of his mugshot. That black people. My God, oh my God. Not only will we vote for him because of shoes, but black people like Trump because of his mugshot. That black people wear it on their shirt, and I guess we as a criminal, I guess what he's saying is we as a criminal race of people relate to him because I guess we dig his mugshot. And he is oppressed. He is being oppressed like black people were oppressed. And which is a bunch of garbage, being he is one of the oppressors.
Now, what I want is anybody listening right now, if you're a black person that's in the MAGA, you're a black person, you ain't gotta be a MAGA. Disagree with, if you don't like Biden, all that good stuff. We need you to come on here and explain some of this stuff, right? If you prefer the vote for Trump, cool. Come on here and explain that to the black culture.
First of all,
me and my man here is here, wide open, live, explain to the black culture.
First of all, we
need you to do the same thing and have that debate, bro.
First of all, they're never going to come on for one because they can't, because you can't explain the unexplainable. That's why you never get no feedback from them, because they never can explain the unexplainable. And they can't explain it because, especially when you get to black MAGA Republicans or black people who support Trump, and when they they understand that when they talk about us, they're talking about them too. This is the thing. You can't explain it because you are not excluded from what Trump think of you and what MAGA Republicans think of you.
And another thing, once you pin them in a corner, they're gonna be like, well, they all the same.
They're not the same.
That's the fall away joint. Once you say, okay, Trump did this, Trump did that, they don't want to defend that no more. They'll be like, well, but they all the same.
Okay.
They all racist. No,
okay.
bro.
I mean, if we can go back,
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about saying about black. He's been oppressed. Like black people been oppressed. Ain't nobody turned no fire hose and no dogs on Trump and ever in his life.
As we show you
that
in the beginning of this podcast.
Okay, I don't remember any black people, any black person taking a fucking full page ad out in a New York newspaper, in the New York Times, I believe it was, advocating for the death penalty for 5 people who was falsely accused of rape. And then when it was proven that they was falsely accused, he refused to apologize and basically said, well, fuck it, what was they in the park for? They must have did something. They did nothing.
Exactly.
It wasn't, I don't remember him being oppressed in that way. I don't remember of people being sued because they don't want Trump living in their apartment buildings, but he was sued because he didn't want black people living in his apartment buildings. Nobody ever said that Trump was from a shithole country. Where's all this oppression? With all this oppression coming from? You know, he took out a front page, a full page ad in a New York newspaper, advocating for and wanting the death penalty for the Central Park 5 for something they didn't do. Okay, a judge said recently when you was found liable that you basically raped a woman. So so going by your own standards, should you get the death penalty, Mr. Trump? But nobody took out a full page ad advocating for you to be hung, electrocuted, or whatever it is, the gas chamber, whatever. Come on. Look, my thing is this, people. We come on here every week and we tell you, yeah, we come on to educate. This podcast is to educate and kick some knowledge out about what's really going on. Yeah, some weeks we get sidetracked and whatever. But we are here to let y'all know what's really going on.
Strictly for a black culture too.
And look, you got a dude right here. If you didn't hear, you need to go back and listen. A dude think he can throw some ugly ass shoes in your face and you will follow him. Dude think that he can just because he got arrested and got a mugshot and his mugshot was plastered all over the TV, that we as black people will follow him.
Now,
and what I want to know is when are we as a people gonna rise up and say something about that shit? He's not saying nothing about. He's not saying he want about getting your vote by tackling gun violence, poverty, education, healthcare, women's rights. This motherfucker trying to eliminate all of that. But he believes that you will follow him over some fucking shoes in a mugshot. And he actually said this in a speech in front of conservative black people.
Now, if you ain't you heard some of the things he said, that was, first of all, if you're a black Republican first, MAGA Republican second, or if you're a person that say, "Oh, I don't fuck with either one of them," but you black, you gotta listen to some of the shit he be saying. It's like, bruh, I know you know that's an issue. You know what I'm saying?
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. I got indicted for nothing, for something that is nothing. They were doing it because it's election interference. And then I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing. I'm being indicted for you, the American people. I'm being indicted for you, the black population.
Really?
Mugshot, we've all seen the mugshot. And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece. It's pretty amazing. Millions. But
Really?
I really can't even go too further.
Really?
With him. It's just his voice and everything.
Really? I mean,
It's so much to unpack with that fool. First of all, if you black and you support him, what is your excuse for this? Or do you not feel the racism pouring out of his skin? When you say it's so black in here, I can't see. I can only see the black people because you had a black voter conference. First of all, I can only see the black people. And then he admitted to y'all, I done came a long way. If I can only see the black people, I done came a long way. He literally said it to you. He racist as fuck. And this right here will make him come a long way. Pay attention to this motherfucker, bruh. You gotta pay attention to a racist pig, bruh. And then when he come out here and say stuff like that, you gotta pay attention to him. It doesn't make any sense.
Because a lot of people, and this don't just go for black people, this go for all people. Because he feel the same way about all people. Anybody that don't support him, I don't give a fuck with you, black, white, Latino, or whatever the fuck you are. He don't give a fuck about you, and he been told you that. He told you in his first terms that if you didn't vote for him, he didn't even fuck about you. But for him to get out and say the things that he say, and people absolutely think this shit funny. This shit is not funny. This is what he really feels.
So you tell me as a black man that support him that he can say, first of all, I can only see the black people out here, right? And then say, I done came a long way. I done did that, right? And only racist bigots can laugh with him with that shit. Really?
Right.
He can go on to say other shit like, you support me because I got a mug shot. Now think about that for a minute. Your community here is saying is your community support me because I got a mug shot. First of all, we got mug shots of a whole lot of motherfuckers that's criminals. First of all, Al Capone, we're walking with that motherfucker shirt on.
And I got
Al Pacino shirts on all night long. It ain't the fact that has nothing to do with it. Makes you a fucking criminal or anything. Black people support criminals. That's one thing they do. First thing, they put criminal on their fucking shirt quick. You one of them, Trump. Whether you realize that or not, you's a fucking criminal. If you think that the 5% of the black people that support you give a fuck about you being on a mugshot, you's a fucking fool, bro. First of all, that's the dumbest shit ever.
Look.
Shoes, that's over the top disrespectful. I'm gonna vote for you because you made some shoes off the lip, off the cuff. When we got a motherfucking billionaire black man that make our shoes for the last 30 fucking years, fuck you. That's disrespectful. If you don't see there's a black man that support this cracker, don't see some of this shit as disrespectful as the black culture.
Yeah.
Look at yourself for a minute. Fuck the Trump shit. Fuck the Republican shit. Fuck the Democrat shit. Look at yourself for a minute. As you support black culture, do you defend that?
Look,
is the key.
For the past motherfucking whatever years, and I for one have been said it. I've been one who got in Michael Jordan business, because Michael Jordan doesn't, and he never have stood up for motherfucking black causes. He's never even spoken out against the violence that his motherfucking shoes, the shoes that bear his name, has caused in the motherfucking inner city among the youth, when youngins was getting robbed and killed over Jordans, and still are to this day. And he hasn't spoken up. His only motherfucking comment was Republicans buy shoes too. And people and he has been roasted, and rightly so. And rightly so. Because it was a matter of fact, it was a discussion about this over the past week about athletes who stood up, who stand up for causes related to the black community. And Michael Jordan is not one of them. You can love him as a basketball player, you can love him as this, that, and the third, but he doesn't, and he hasn't. But for this motherfucker to sit out here and say just because he got these ugly ass shoes out here, that black people will follow him. I think the same standard that you hold a Jordan and all these other high profile black people that endorse shoes and clothing and merchandise and stuff like that, you hold them to the same standard. Okay, fuck your shoes. What are you doing for me? What are you doing for my community? What are you doing to make sure that the generation that's coming up after us is better off than this generation? All you are doing is you getting out there, you trying to make money to pay your fucking legal bills, which y'all that support him, I guess you understand, and some people don't understand that a portion of everything you donate to his campaign goes to pay his legal bills. Somebody started a GoFundMe. This dude is a billionaire, so he claims he's a billionaire, but yet some fool started a GoFundMe to raise the 300 and something million that he got to pay the state of New York.
The same thing with the water he did back in the day. Last time he was running. He always put shit out there. He's a comment. He's a salesman. That's what he do.
Look.
So later on in the motherfucking joint, right? Biden motherfucking commented on that. And y'all always know, y'all might like him, but I always say he put his 2 cents in a lot of shit. Al Sharpton.
By the way, millions of these things have been sold.
Yeah, so Rev, yeah,
my
I'm
God.
curious, Rev. Do you? I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could do a poll of Black Americans and ask whether they are more likely to support somebody because they stole nuclear secrets from the White House, they stole secret war plans against Iran, they lied to the FBI about having those nuclear secrets and secret war plans, lied to the FBI and the Justice Department about having classified documents hidden in their beachfront resort. I mean, maybe Black Americans relate to that. I don't know. I wouldn't think they would. Do they relate to Trump telling his IT director to destroy all the evidence? And now the IT director testifying against him, or to maintenance people to flood the room where the IT department is to destroy all. I just don't know. Boy, it does seem like a stretch, doesn't it, Rev, to think that Donald Trump doing all of that and illegally paying off a porn star, according to the Manhattan DA, and trying to foment a riot on January the 6th. I'm not so sure, Rev. Help me understand. Why would Black Americans relate to Donald Trump there? I don't understand the connection.
Well, first of all, let's be clear. Donald Trump is using the stereotype of blacks being criminals, and therefore we would gravitate towards somebody in a mugshot. He's in a mugshot for trying to interfere with an election. Blacks were arrested to get the right to vote. That's what the marches were about. It is the epitome of an insult also when you think of the fact that it is a black man that is prosecuting him in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, a black woman in Georgia, a black woman, the New York State Attorney General Letitia James. So he's saying that black people would relate to someone indicted for trying to undermine the elections by blacks, but we would go with him rather than them. The other part of this that is so amazing is Donald Trump himself has been part of these kinds of unfair prosecutions of blacks. It was he that took out ads in newspapers calling for the death penalty of 5 young black and brown boys of raping a white woman in Central Park who went to jail falsely. It was later proven they didn't do it because of DNA. Donald Trump said, no, punish them anyway. So all of a sudden, I've been in this movement for 40, 50 years. I've never seen him stand up for blacks that were treated wrong by the criminal justice system. But now he's a symbol of being persecuted. He's being persecuted by black prosecutors, a black woman judge in the federal court in Washington, D.C., and any shameless blacks that are standing there applauding him needs to check the facts.
I think Al Sharpton just ain't saying nothing.
Took everything out my mouth.
Right. But see, this. Look, black people. When are you gonna stand up or realize when your IQ and your intelligence has been insulted? When somebody shows you and tells you basically to your face what they really think of you. We way smarter than that. You know, he won't stand up for black people, as Al Sharpton said, for no cause. But y'all believe because he let a fucking fool, a fucking dumbass like Kodak Black back on the streets, you think he did something. When a fucking racist was Charlottesville, when the Charlottesville protests, when them Nazis, the fucking racists was down there protesting and it turned deadly, and all he could say was it's good people on both sides. How's it good people on both sides when you got one set of people protesting because they hate another set of people? It's not good people.
It never was.
When you was running for president and you got the endorsement of David Duke, former Grand Wizard of the KKK, they would ask you, would you denounce it? You wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
This dude shows who you are, who he is.
He wanted their votes.
But yet, in his opinion, what he's telling you is black people are so stupid.
They gonna, yeah.
You know, they so motherfucking
You're gonna have some motherfucker with my MAGA shirt on.
Man, I'm gonna put these fucking tennis shoes out there, and you know, they like my mugshot. And they gonna vote for me because we are criminal people that can relate to criminal shit. Really? Really? That's what this dude think. That's what this dude think of you.
Yep.
And he got the cojones to sit there at a black Republican, a fucking black Republican conference. And you mean to tell me not one of these black bastards was offended and walked out? Not one of them was offended. And you heard clapping. Now we know white people was in there too. So, but it was a conference of black Republicans. You get to tell me nobody was offended, nobody disagreed with that.
Did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that? Or was it just a coincidence?
Mr.
That the upcoming election of November 5th of this year, November 5th, 2024, is of consequence. All you have to do is listen to what this dude said over the weekend, and if that doesn't make you get up, even that's what Uncle Luther Campbell, even came out and said the same thing I'm about to say. If that doesn't, what you heard over this weekend and what you hearing us talk about right now, don't make you get up and go out and vote and take somebody with you and pound the pavement if you have to. What is wrong with you? If you allow this man to get back in office, do you know what he is going to do? And I haven't even got into Clarence Thomas, who just had a fucking racist woman that says she don't like black people or something like that to his staff. And this mofo sits on the Supreme Court. This is the dude that is coming after, coming after affirmative action and more. You don't have to believe me. Check it out for yourself.
Exactly. He also outshopped to name a few things. That every motherfucking case they under black women has them under. You know what I'm saying? They brought the case up.
Right.
So, like, you cannot, with a straight face, look at me, no more soul brother, anybody that's looking for the advancement of black culture and say that this man right here is good for us, bro. If that's the case, you need to be on here ASAP and explain that to us, bro. That's all we want. We want that debate for the black culture, bro. If you feel like Donald Trump, the Republican Party is better for the black culture, come on this joint, please. Please. And you said he named a few black women, and Fannie Willis is one of them. I'm going to let one thing play from her.
The indictment have anything to do with that? Or was it just a coincidence?
Mr. Let's go on and have the conversation.
I'm just asking you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Is there anything else you would like to add to that?
No.
Sure.
But I'm sure we'll talk about it further.
Did the fourth?
Shawty be making it motherfucking clear to nigga. Don't fucking play with me, bro.
And I just brought up Clarence Thomas a minute ago. And for people, if you think I'm joking, this is from the root. This is from the root. Clarence Thomas just hired the white Karen who proclaimed, "I hate black people." Crystal Clanton, the white woman who went viral for sending racist text messages, including "I hate black people," has been hired as a law clerk by U.S. Supreme Court Clarence Thomas. The announcement was made last week by George Mason's University Anthony Scalia Law School, which is Clinton's alma mater, or where she went to school. This dude, he's a black man. Well, you can argue he's black. He don't act black. But a black Supreme Court justice, you just had a white woman who is a racist, who sent out text messages that says, I hate black people. And let me
about
if Trump gets back in the office, let's get one thing straight. He's going to put more people who think like Clarence Thomas and Amy Coney Barrett and what's that other one? I keep forgetting his name.
Do you feel a little stressed when applying?
People like this on the bench, and these people on the highest court in the land. You also and y'all and it's people out here who don't see how. Oh, man, this is dire. This is shit that can't happen. Because I'm telling you, if this dude, they already they went after affirmative action and still going after more. They're going after women's reproductive rights, going after more.
I already passed a bill that says the embryo is a human.
Yeah, they say
that's going to be a problem.
They're going after in vitro fertilization. That means for women who can't have children, who can't, I guess, carry a child to term or whatever, but the eggs can be harvested and can have children through this procedure. They're trying to outlaw that.
But how does it make sense to say an embryo is a human, right? So if you say that, which doesn't make sense because it wouldn't survive without the human host, which is a female.
Okay, it's the same way they say that
Hold
corporations are human.
Hold on. You can't say that's human because it won't survive. It's just on its own. Like if you stop right now as an embryo, pull it out and let it go on its own, it won't survive. It only survive staying with the human host for 9-10 months for that to work. So on basis, that sounds dumb to say that's a human being at the embryo. Now, I know you agree with abortion. I get that. But think about that for a minute. If you want to say that embryos are humans, then on the flip side, you cannot tell the woman she can't do nothing with this joint because it won't survive unless she feed him, unless she take care of him. The host body takes care of this, whatever you want to call it human, bet. But it don't survive unless this human take care of it. Period.
Okay. Okay, now you're going to what some people believe. Some people believe that life begins at conception. If you believe that life begins at conception, then you believe that embryo.
How can you believe that though? When it won't survive unless the human take care of it.
That, but some people
it doesn't make sense.
Some people believe that life begins that when that sperm fertilizes that egg.
All right,
they
bet.
Believe that.
So we stop right there and pull everything out. The perm, everything just connected. Pull it out. Sit on the table.
Then the embryo will die.
Exactly. So that doesn't make no fucking sense because it would not live without the host. He was the woman. The human being is the woman. So therefore, when they made this right here, they made the point of the human being, the woman should make their choice of their body because either you're going to make the choice that that's a human being, take it out, you can take care of it. Would you agree? You cannot do that.
But that's the whole
yes
argument.
Or no?
That's the whole argument behind abortion in the first place.
But you just agree you can't do it. You cannot take it out. Soon as me and my girl fuck, she gets pregnant. You can't take it out right then and there and sit on the table. And it'd be 30 years now, and it'd be grown ass man. You can't do it. You know it, and everybody else know it. Right? So how the fuck that law would even stand any fucking where without the human being, which is the woman? And you gonna tell that woman she don't have no choice in this? Think about that, bruh.
I don't have to think about it because I know how they think. It's some people that think life begins at conception. That human rights begin, and that therefore human rights begin the moment that that egg is fertilized. You also got some people that believe that life begins when there's a heartbeat.
See?
So you got
now we all over the place. That's my point.
You got people that believe different things, and it as we was arguing about the other week.
Now you see where that goes.
Who you got representing you. That's who make the laws.
So if the woman be like, soon as she get pregnant, all right, take it out. It's a human. You have it. Put it in the system. You and me agree. It's not even gonna live nowhere.
Okay, but that's
hold on.
Go ahead.
So we already agree how dumb this is. That you're gonna tell me this is a human, but you're gonna tell me in the same sentence it won't live if I take them out right the fuck now. Okay. How much sense do that make? Then you're gonna tell me I don't have no decision over none of this here. I'm gonna have to raise this person in my stomach, regardless of how I feel. This doesn't make any sense, even though you admit it. You just said that, right?
That's what they think, and that's what they're telling you. That's what they've been telling you for the longest time. That's why you got some people. That's why you got some people that want to outlaw the morning after pill. The whole thing is the whole thing is more deeper than what people.
I think who was on here with us
on
because it's more religion than basic facts. Once you say this is my religion, I'm stuck here. So whatever happens, once you go into my religion, whatever you do, I can't go that far. That's where it was at. Period. Because I just made an example of. Hold on. We gonna go back. I know, but I just made an example of the human being would not live without the woman. You just agree with me. Period.
I didn't even say whether I agreed or not.
Okay, you don't agree with that.
Huh? I didn't say.
So the woman say, "Take
I
it
didn't
here."
say where I stand.
That nigga just nutted in me. I think I'm pregnant. You can have him.
Some people believe it is people out there on the.
I get that. You just say that. I know.
Oh, it is people on the right to life side. Some believe that life begins at conception, and therefore that embryo has certain rights at conception. That's just what they believe. Okay. You have some people that believe that life begins when there's a detectable heartbeat. So you got people on, like, I believe I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't tell you, but I believe up to a certain point where you can detect a heartbeat, and I think that's why they want this abortion ban within a certain amount of weeks before a heartbeat can be detected. That's what I believe. That's why I think they'd be going like 6 weeks or 6 weeks, 12 weeks, or whatever, because they want that. Because once the heart, this is me. I believe that once the heartbeat is detected, that's a living, breathing. That's a living, breathing person. That's a person. Now that's a person. I believe that. So you got people. That's why you got people fighting for a certain amount of weeks. Then you got the ones that believe that life begins at conception. They believe that you should carry the child to term no matter what. Rape, incest, life for the mother, they don't give a fuck. And so it's a mess. That's why I believe it's a woman's it's a woman's right to choose what to do because it's her body. And I'm not a doctor, you're not a doctor, ain't no doctors on ain't no practicing doctors on Capitol Hill. So how you gonna tell her, tell a woman what to do? If she been raped, you can't. How you gonna force a rapist child on a woman?
That's my point. Not even that.
Yeah.
Not even that, bro.
It's like I said.
What if
deeper
you
than
just
what you think?
Okay, all right. What if you pregnant right now, and already you living in your back of your truck? You and your boyfriend. You have no means of income. Y'all living day to day. You telling me that this person right here have to put this person in this fucking situation when he come out crying? He have to now be in the car with them now? Is that's what we saying? Or we saying that everybody had control of the woman's body, where we could say 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks, however fucking weeks, whatever it doesn't matter how you feel, that person feel. It's not the women. It's always how somebody else feel about weeks and days and minutes. It's never saying, women, whatever the fuck you want to do. That's the problem. Once you start saying, wait, it's only a couple of weeks now, or I only agree with it when it's conception. Then we talk about people that's making decisions that has nothing to do with the woman that was in the fucking situation with a pregnancy, bruh. That's my problem. You start getting yourself into your feelings, in your religions, your feelings, and it has nothing to do with a human being. That has nothing to do with religions, feelings, none of that shit. In a situation that has nothing to do with kids, and they can raise them. They can't feed them. They can't do shit with them. That they want to get out of that. That you telling them they have to continue doing that anyway. It's ridiculous. If they want to put it up for adoption, whatever they want to do, it's their fucking choice. You cannot say, no, we're going to make a law that say, okay, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 5. And go by your religion. Let's start. Everybody put their hand up. Just pick a religion. We can't do all that, bruh. It got to go by what the fuck she think, period. If she thinks she cannot raise this child, there's no need for this girl to bring her in this fucking world, period. I don't give a fuck what your religion think.
What?
Period. You're going to go to a country. Let's go to these other countries that kids have it.
It's not only religion.
It is religion, bro.
It's not only religion.
That's the only thing that stops this.
I'm not going to this argument.
Stop. Hold on.
Because it's not
Let
only
me
about
finish. Then
it
you
is
can go
the
ahead.
way people is. We know people who have made these decisions before. It's a lot of people. When abortion was the law of the well, I ain't gonna say abortion. When the right to choose was a law, when Roe v. Wade, the right to choose was the law of the land. A lot of people made decisions on abortions on various reasons, not only health, the life of the mother. Some people have made the decision to have an abortion on exactly what you were talking about. And when they say, look, we ain't got no money, we ain't got nowhere to live, or I can't bring a child into this world in the condition I'm living in now. People have made that decision. A lot of people have made that decision. And what they done, basically, they trying to take that decision out of the woman's hands, which ain't right. Because if you living in a fucked up situation and you don't want to bring a child into this situation, it's your choice, whether you do it or don't. But my other point is, we're talking about politics here too, and you got and you know just as well as I do that when you arguing over something in the political world, the whole fucking story and the whole gist of the situation isn't going to never get out there. Like what we sitting here talking about tonight, they're not going to argue that on Capitol Hill. They're going to argue about what stirs the emotion of the people. What stirs the emotion of the people, and what people understand is we're taking away a woman's right to choose with her body, and women, and you got women mad, upset, whatever you're going to call it, because they figured that a bunch of old white men on Capitol Hill is trying to tell them what to do with their body. That's the easy way, and that's the easy way to get the argument out there.
Those white guys are telling her that is because of their religion. They lead by their religion.
Okay,
that's the only reason those white guys are doing that. Period. It's no other reason.
Okay,
it's no other reason for the Republican Party to be led by anti-abortion other than their religion. You cannot deny that.
That's just think. Hold on. Go ahead.
You cannot deny that they led by religion since the 70s. They've been anti-abortion because of their religion. Whether you in the religion or not, it's not in the Constitution. So they've been leading with this abortion shit by their religion. And everybody agree with it that's in their religion still feel like a woman should choose their own faith. And at the same time have conflict with their religion. Why? Because the politicians, are mixing religion with politics. That's what gets the conflict. That's the only problem we have here. If that wasn't mixed up in here, it wouldn't be a problem with abortion. It'd just be up to your ass problem. That's your problem, your female problem. Take care of it. Now, you can stick religion and shit. Now everybody want to get involved. Now it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Hold up. I think they were born here. I think it's a man here. I think it's a woman here. That's when we start getting into the bullshit. That's my point. Only the bullshit comes up because of religion. If it's just a human rights thing, wouldn't nobody give a fuck about a woman getting rid of abortion or a child they cannot take care of, or a child that's hindering their health or the kids' health? Wouldn't nobody give a fuck about that? And in fact, they embrace that. If it wasn't for their fucking religion that tells them, no, life begins here, such and such and such. That's my point. If you take that all the way out, we would have had no issue with abortion. Abortion would have never been overturned. That's my point. You can't take the point that they use their religion to this.
I say I disagree with some of what you're saying, but we'll agree to disagree. But the long and the short of it is, people gonna believe what they want to believe, or believe what they taught to believe.
What is anti-abortion?
What?
What is anti-abortion? What is it for? Why? What's the reason why? Why? What's it for?
If people don't believe that, people don't believe in abortion
because of.
But see, this is the thing.
Again, you don't want to go the extra 2 steps
because
they don't believe in abortion because of what?
Because there isn't anyone. Because there isn't anyone
of what?
Who agrees with. You want somebody. You want me to agree with what you say.
And you're trying to bait
me. You're trying to.
I just want you to do the facts right now, so I can move on.
Facts. Because it's not everybody. It has to do with religion.
What is it about?
Some people. I don't believe this. I'm gonna tell you what I believe. I don't believe that there's anybody who agrees and likes abortion. I don't believe that. But it is not my right to force it on you. It is that woman's right to choose, because it is that woman's situation, whether it's her living situation, whether it's a health situation, whether it's any situation is that come up. Maybe just because it's Tuesday and she don't want to be pregnant on Tuesday, so she decided she gonna have an abortion today. That is her choice. But just because the person you believe that a person has a choice to make, and it's their choice because it's their life, that don't mean you for abortion. I don't believe it's a person. It's not a person that you can.
Why would you care about abortion?
Why would I care?
Why would you care about a bitch 1,000 miles from you, got pregnant by a fucking drunk somewhere that got rid of the baby? Why would you care? As Tony, the #1 soul brother, bro.
Easy, because my mother could have aborted me, but she made the choice to have me.
What?
So I believe, me personally, I believe just like I'm here. I believe everybody should be here. I just don't believe. I believe that at some point that is a life, and I believe that it's taking a life. I do believe that. That's what I believe.
So you already believe the same way the Republicans believe that it is a human being at the embryo.
Yes.
All right.
I believe.
So now you stay there.
Let me get that straight. Huh? I believe that when there's a heartbeat detected, when that embryo, it has a heartbeat.
Things this
I believe that it's a life.
You see, I mean, variables that goes into that instead of just saying that's up to you.
But you asked me what I believe.
Why would what you believe have something to do with the woman's life? Now you see what you see what I'm getting to. What you believe, why would that have something to do with her decision on getting rid of the baby?
It doesn't have anything to do with it because she does not answer to me. You asked me what I believe. That's what I believe. As far as when life begins, that's what I believe.
Why though?
Because that's what I believe.
What makes you think that? What makes you believe that?
I believe that when you have a heartbeat and you got functioning organs, that's a life. That's a life.
Hold on. We have 4 weeks, 5 weeks. What you talking about, though?
Okay, I don't give a fuck if it's 2 weeks.
Hold on, we talking about the embryo though. We talking about the embryo.
I believe it's
stay with the embryo. Embryo is when I just nutty in your ass. And it's 2 weeks later. Is that a man or a woman? Is that a human being or not, bro?
Yes.
So if you believe that's a human being, you on the same track of Republicans. Why not?
It's a lot of Democrats on the same. It's a lot of people. I ain't gonna say Democrats. It's a lot of people who believe that.
So a woman cannot choose nothing. Then if you telling them it's a human being, an embryo.
You see, this is the problem I have with you in this argument, and why we keep arguing. Just because I believe one thing, just because a certain portion of the society believes of one thing, I can believe what I believe all I want. But at the end of the day, when a woman gets pregnant and it comes to keeping the child, going to term with the pregnancy, having a child or whatever, it is that woman's right to choose.
Now you're a senator. The vote is up. What you vote?
I'm not what?
Do they get the right to choose?
If you
or
ask
not
me to,
on abortions whenever they want. It's your vote. It's your vote. You the last vote. You the last vote. Up to you. Hold on. Hold on. Your vote continues on with America have abortions or not, with a women right to do whatever they want. If you vote no, they won't have it.
I will vote.
If you vote yes,
I will
they
give
do.
I will give a woman a right to choose. No matter, it is not what I believe. If I believe that if a woman should have autonomy over her body, it is not for me to tell you, a woman, or anybody else what to do with their body.
Now, this is where we get confused at, is politicians in a seat right now that think like you do, but don't want to separate them, bruh. And that's my point. You keep putting yourself in it. Why you keep doing that? I don't know why. It's people like you though in Congress and Senate. Yes or no? Yes or no?
You are asking
Is
me
it people in Congress and Senate
believe.
that think like you? Yes or no?
Me, yes, it is plenty of people that think
exactly.
Like
so what do you think they voting to do?
What are you talking
Are they
about?
voting to let a woman do what they want, or they voting with what you just said?
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Left,
that's my point.
On the left, in the Democratic Party, which I'm a part of, in the Democratic Party, we vote for a woman's right to choose. Now, on the other side of the aisle, they don't believe that they believe that a woman gets pregnant, and except for extreme circumstances, in some cases, they believe that a woman should carry that child a term. That's just
no. We talking about the specific bill that's passed.
If a specific
their embryo is a human being. That's what see again. You keep talking about legs and all that stuff. That's 4 or 5 weeks from now. I'm talking about embryo. Are you with me on that? An embryo, bro. That's a human being for you. That's why I don't know if you skipped that or not.
I don't even know they're pregnant to 4 or 5 weeks.
Cool. But we at the first when they got pregnant, not when they find out.
Some women out of their first.
Not when they find out. Not when they find out. When they technically is humanly, scientifically now pregnant, bro. Not when they find out. When that shit is pregnant. You telling me that's where we at? You keep going to the later weeks. That's not the later weeks. We talking about that thing. That time.
You going to.
No, I'm not.
You going to.
The bill has been passed.
Well, we just had sex. I just ejaculated in you. You don't know. You don't even know if you're pregnant or not.
Exactly. So when you say you're pregnant, and it's an embryo now.
You don't know until you know.
It's an embryo. Whenever it's an embryo,
you don't know.
It's regardless when you know or not.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Regardless of when you know, it's still in your body. It's still happening.
If you don't know, it's
when you find out, when the doctor tell you, whatever the fuck you find out is irrelevant.
That's when you're pregnant.
An embryo is an embryo, where you find out or not. Now you telling me that it's okay for an embryo, like they just passed, to be a human. That's the key. You keep skipping the months away. West, I agree. They almost a human now. Fuck you talking about? We talking about the embryo, bruh.
Until you know.
I don't think you've been thinking about that for a minute. I don't think you think about embryo. I think you think about something different. It's an embryo. Just the facts.
Flip the shit
around. See, I hate when you do that.
You trying to flip the shit around.
All right, stay with the facts for a minute. The Republicans passed a bill. The embryo is a human.
Look,
you keep thinking in process of 4 weeks later, 5 weeks. No, stay with the embryo with me. Embryo. That's it.
Look, you going off
you just
some other
pregnant.
Shit.
It's nothing else.
Okay. So unless she get up out that motherfucking bed and take a pregnancy test right then and there.
It's irrelevant what she know. The human body is taking. The human body is already taking a course, bruh.
You can't go on.
You don't know when you got cancer. The body is taking its course. It's already doing what it's doing.
How many women have miscarried before they even knew they were
They don't know, but the body is already doing it. So they saying as a Republican, the body is already telling you it's an embryo, regardless when you find out. And that's the human now.
Look,
that's where I want you to stay at, bro.
If you believe that life begins at conception,
stay there.
If you're one of the people that believe that life begins at conception.
And who are those people?
A lot of people that believe
religious people. That's the only reason that makes you think that. And life begins at conception is religion.
No,
Bible.
No, it's not.
Quran.
Because you have motherfuckers that's of non-religion.
Where you getting this from then? If you go to science class, if you normally be in science class and tell you nothing happens to the embryo,
you want to keep
it takes you step by step.
Everybody.
Hold on, I'm not. I have no belief.
Come on.
I'm facts.
We see that.
I'm facts driven.
Come on.
And you in 8th grade. Did you take sex education?
I sure did.
They take you to the steps, right?
Yep.
Is any of those steps had anything to do with religion?
No.
All right. So the first step, whether the woman, thank you, whether the woman know or not yet, nature is taking this course. The bill has passed with nature now, saying that that's a human being. Whether the bitch know it or not, that's a human. That's where I'm at, bruh. You keep skipping to when it's beaten, hot beaten, and all this.
Because
stay vet. There you go again.
Me,
stay on point.
The point is
stay with me now.
No going out.
What I believe. Forget what you thought I heard.
Don't want me,
forget what I believe. Forget that.
I don't agree.
We at the embryo.
Like I tell you, I don't agree with what you're saying because I believe what I believe. You ask me what I believe. What I believe You gonna try to make me believe something that I don't believe.
I'm not
You're
telling you
not gonna do that.
I'm giving you the facts.
You're not.
The Republicans passed the bill at the embryo. I'm asking you, is that a human being? You saying yes or no is what I'm trying to get. You keep going to weeks later. Stay with the bill.
What are you trying to establish? Do you if you are trying to establish when I believe that life begins, I believe life begins with a heartbeat. That's me.
You keep going.
I don't believe
steps further. Stay with the embryo.
I don't
forget what I believe. Forget what I'm trying to make you believe.
You
stay with
embryo. Trying to twist.
Stay step by step. It's the embryo right now. Is that a fucking human being, bro?
Yes, it's a human being.
Embryo is a human being.
I'm gonna say it's a human being. It's a human being. What do you want me to say? It's a human being.
So if embryo is a human being, you telling me you double talking then. You can't say a woman can have a right to choose, but a human being is a concession, bruh. That's what I'm trying to wake you up to.
What are you?
If a human being is a conception, she had no choice but to have the fucking kid. What's wrong? Stop. Hold on.
It doesn't matter what I believe.
You said
I believe that once that woman's get pregnant,
stay with the embryo.
No.
Forget what you believe. Forget what I want to hear.
No. Because you want me to say something.
I don't want you to say what you want me to say. I want you to stay with the facts.
Fuck
the facts.
The fact that when she gets pregnant, that when the fact of the matter is when the sperm hit the egg and the egg is fertilized, she's pregnant. She's pregnant.
Okay, that's a human being.
No. You can call it what you want.
Is that a human being?
An embryo, a human being. Yes, you can call it. Yes, it's a human.
So she pregnant. Once I nut in the bitch. Once I nut in the bitch right now, that's a human. That's human.
It's a human.
So that's my point. That's a double talk.
How's it double talk?
Can you let me finish then? Are you done?
Well, how's it a double talk?
Ahead. Now, if you say that, if a human being, as soon as I nut in this hoe, she pregnant, that's a human, you can't then say she have a choice to choose, bruh. How she have a choice to choose on what to do with the person if you say it's a human now? She killing a human being. It's murder.
That's what abortion is.
You're making it murder.
It is.
So you telling her she murdering a kid?
It is. It always been.
That's the problem we have.
You are.
That's the problem we have.
That's what I said it earlier. I believe that fucking abortion is murder.
That makes you double talking. You can't tell her she have a choice, but tell her she making murder, bruh.
What?
Are you with me now?
Her choice
Are you with me though? It's her choice to murder.
If her choice if she wants to terminate the pregnancy,
right, exactly. But according to you, once she make that choice, what I believe, it's murder.
Fuck what I believe.
No, you the congressman. You the senator. Remember that? That's the beginning of this conversation.
If I'm a senator,
you the senator.
I'm still going to
vote. It's your choice.
And give her choice because.
But it's murder.
Come on. Like I said, you
what
do
do
this dumb shit every week.
You
try to fucking you do this dumb shit
every
week.
Saying, wait a minute.
You try to see.
I want to rethink what I'm talking. What I'm saying.
What
you
I
saying
believe.
Other stuff, bro.
I tell you. When you ask me what I believe, I tell you what I believe.
I'm not asking you anything.
Then you want to go
Stay on
shit.
point.
Look, the point is, I told you what I believe.
I ain't asked you what you believe.
That's what you asked me.
See,
you asked me 20 minutes ago what I believe. I tell you what I believe. Then you go, well, if it's this,
I said it's double talking. If somebody like you, it's not only you that says she has the right to choose, but it's fucking murder. If she have
you got a whole problem with the whole pro-choice.
I don't have a problem with shit. You do.
I don't have a problem.
What you mean?
Because I'm pro-choice.
I don't have no problem with her doing anything she want to fucking do.
I don't either.
From the time she pregnant,
but
But you telling her it's murder. What you mean you had no problem with it, bro? Now you see what I'm saying? You can't double talk that. Hold on. You're not the only person though. I want to make that clear. That you can't tell me that's not double talk, bro. That's double talking. So I want to make clear to any person out there that's anti-abortion, whatever the fuck you doing, you're leading by your religion. And you cannot lead by your religion because you just seen. You can't do that and say she can have your choice. You can't have both. You can't have both. You can't say, why the hell I let you talk then when I'm talking? You keep cutting me off.
you're sitting here telling me
I'm not telling
what
you
I believe
anything.
and what I
I
think.
never told you what you believed.
You telling me what I
I'm
think.
telling you what you said.
Think. You don't come on, I'm telling you. If I tell you what I believe,
You're not telling me what you
with it.
believe. You tell me
Like
what
I
you
say, if I don't-
said, bruh.
right.
I'm
Come
going on
on,
what you
man.
said, not what you believe. I'm not asking what you believe. You said
Come on,
it's a fucking human being once she's pregnant, bruh. So that's it. Can I talk now?
You've been talking, you just ain't saying shit.
Oh my God. I haven't even finished a sentence,
All right, go
bro.
ahead. Bullshit.
I let
Go
you
ahead.
talk.
Come on, man. I'm about
I
to
let
go.
you,
It's about 10 o'clock.
You see what I mean? It's not even 10.
I said it's about.
So why even bring that up?
What?
We in a conversation, the podcast. You bring it up, it's not 10 o'clock. It's not even 10.
I
Why
said
even
it's
talk about that,
almost,
bro?
Because I'm about to get.
Why bring it up?
Come on.
This is what I mean. This is not making no sense.
Look.
Once I put you
Go
down,
ahead.
I let you talk for 20 minutes.
No, you haven't.
Without saying a fucking thing.
No, you haven't.
Once I
Go
iterate
ahead.
and try to make my point, you interact and interact and interact.
Go ahead.
I don't never get even finish a sentence, as you can see now. Like, it doesn't make sense. This is a podcast debate. Not just hear what you got to say and then just leave it at that. When the next person says something, you keep interjecting into that. You gotta let the other person have their debate too.
You said the dumb shit that you said. Go ahead.
See what I mean?
You go with this shit. I ain't fucking weak, man. I'm tired of this shit.
See what I mean? Now you see
Come
what I
on,
mean?
man. Go ahead, man.
I'm making a point. It ain't just you. You take everything fucking personal.
I ain't taking nothing.
It's just everybody I'm making a point of. You can't tell me that it's a life when she pregnant, but tell a bitch she can have her own decisions, bruh. Because that's double talking. You could tell her she can murder. You believe it's murder, but you could tell her she can do that. You're not making sense. That's my point. And once you come to grips with that and then debate that, talk about that, then we got a conversation. But you're not having a conversation by breaking down, bruh, and cutting off shit and all that bullshit. Like, come on.
You just said the same thing for 30
I haven't even finished my sentence yet, bruh.
You ain't
Go
saying
ahead.
nothing new.
Go ahead. What are you saying? What are you about to say?
You ain't saying nothing new. What are you saying? You saying it's double talk.
Yes.
How's it double talk?
I just
If
explained
I
why.
said- How?
You can't tell her she can have a right to choose, but tell her it's murder. Now explain how you could do that.
Yeah, you got the right to choose even whether you're gonna
Yeah, but it's murder, though.
baby or not.
Now listen to you. Instead you say,
That's
okay,
right.
now,
right.
instead you say, okay, I see what you're coming from. It's murder, and I'm telling her she could do it. Explain that. Instead of you telling me some other shit about time up and all this other shit, bruh.
Because that's what you asked.
No, I want you to explain
That's
how
what
it's
you
murder and she can do what she wants.
I believe that it's well, I'm you know what? To not take the prolonged argument. If life begins at conception, we'll say for the sake of argument,
it's murder.
That if
we passed that, you said it was
human
murder.
life, if the embryo is a human life, and you terminate what is considered a human life, that's considered. That's some people murder.
No. Some people is
you going on the technical law.
It's nothing technical, bro.
Look,
If you say it's murder, then tell her she can have any choice she can have. That doesn't make no sense. Instead of you saying, okay, I didn't think of it like that, or some other shit, you want to run into time up and all this other shit. What do you
want me to call it then?
I want to have a conversation about this because it's
want me to
not just
call-
you, bro.
Don't ask me what I think.
I'm telling you, you can't tell her it's murder and tell her she can have a choice.
That's
bruh.
what you believe.
Who?
That's what you said. That's what you believe.
I don't believe
That's
it's
your point
murder.
of That's
What
your
the fuck
point.
you talking
What
about?
do you believe
Who
it
you
is?
put in my mouth for?
What do you believe it is?
She could do what she want. Period.
Okay,
You said it's
never
murder.
said nothing that she couldn't do what she want.
Who? What?
I believe that's what I look at it as.
Okay. Now
I
explain
look
to
at
me.
it as
How is it murder
I
and
look-
she could do what she
because
want?
I look at it as taking a life.
Okay, now how she could do that and do what she want, bruh?
The same way motherfuckers take lives in the fucking street.
What? So do she get locked up like Trump say then?
That's what they trying to do.
Stay with me. Stay with me. So do they get locked up by you saying it's murder? And she can make a choice. You can make a choice to murder if you want, but you what? What happens? Trump say you get locked up. What do you say? Is it murder or not?
It's still murder.
Do they get locked up then?
No.
Why not? Now you see what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation, a real one. Why not? It's murder. You telling me now they can get away with murder?
Because there's no statute to lock them up.
You can get away with murder now.
And before,
who can get away with murder?
What are you talking about? And it was a motherfucking statute before Roe v. Wade that they was locking up doctors and shit.
Well, we stay on point. We're not.
No, you got to, because you pulling out.
I'm not pulling out nothing.
But that is the thing.
But what is said, and you're not the only one, bruh.
I understand that.
Okay.
But you trying to.
I want you to articulate. What are y'all thinking? You can't tell me that the person is making murder. We never had this conversation this deep,
we said the same conversation.
You never said it was murder. What do you mean we had this conversation?
Because you asked me, this is the first time.
Now we having this conversation.
What I thought
you said it's murder. So now, if it's murder, you can't in the same sentence say she can have her own choice, bro. Because then you're not making sense. That's where I'm coming from. And all I'm asking you now is to explain that thought process. That's it. You can't start saying time running out. You say this every day. What do you mean? I never asked you this. You never said that.
I believe that taking a life.
This is a podcast.
I know the fuck
political podcast. So what are we running from?
What? We're not running from shit.
We do this every podcast.
Because you sit there go.
Why?
If you ask my opinion, then you don't like what I tell you.
I never have no problem with I'm telling you. What you tell me, bro.
Embryo, I told you what I believe.
That's cool, but I want you to explain it. I want you to elaborate, bro.
Oh, this and all this old shit.
I want you to elaborate on that because it's wrong to me.
Okay,
so I want you to explain it.
Wrong to me.
Why?
Because
I say the bitch can do what she want. How that's wrong to you? Because it's murder.
I agree with you.
No, you disagree with me because you say it's murder, right?
I agree. That doesn't mean she doesn't have a right to choose.
So now
this is a problem.
I have a debate with that because now you say
this is the problem. We have every time we had this debate. I say this is what I believe. I don't agree with abortion, but I agree that a woman has a right to choose. Well, how can you believe that? How can you believe that?
I just explained why, right?
Both things can be true.
You cannot be true. I just explained it.
It can be
why?
true.
How?
Why? Because it's been the law of the land for 50 years.
What you mean?
It's been the law. Nobody agrees with abortion. Nobody likes abortion. But the law, according to the Supreme Court ruling in Roe versus Wade, is that a woman has a right to choose what to
it was overturned,
with
right?
Her body.
When Trump was
I understand.
So
that.
what we talking
It was
about?
just overturned a year.
So stay on point.
So
stay on
that
point. It's overturned. That's irrelevant. No way.
Federally, that never.
So now we sit there
if you got state
floating in the air with this debate. Me and you have it. Is that a fucking human being or fucking
I
not?
told you
and
yes.
Do she have, okay. So now you mean it's murder, and so therefore you agree with Trump that that's murder. She need to be locked up. It's no further than that, bruh.
That's what.
There's no choice after that.
I have. You telling me
these are facts?
Because look. I don't mean I agree with no motherfucking Trump that a
what you
woman
mean? This is what he
up.
agree with. He says he's a human, just like you just said, and he should be locked up.
A lot of people say
you
that.
should be locked up for murder. Yes or no?
No.
Did you say no for murder?
That's been the law of the
No,
land.
I don't want you to go in circles for that.
No,
murder. You should be locked up. Yes or no? Yes or no, bruh? Yes or no? Murder. You should be locked up.
What?
Right? And you just said women is making murder when they get abortion. So you need to explain how the fuck she should be just let go or not locked up. That's the debate. That's what I want you to explain, bruh. You keep dancing around that because you know I'm right.
No, you want to make yourself right.
Explain us how they don't get locked up for murder then.
Because the way they ain't been getting locked up.
Why not, bro? Tell me why.
The way they ain't been locked up.
Trump said he should be locked up. Why they shouldn't be? If you agree with him that it's murder, why they shouldn't be locked up? No more soul brother, bro. Why they shouldn't be locked up? What's the argument for that? Why lock a bitch up? Why not? If they murder them people.
Extenuating circumstances.
You say it's murder. Murder is murder.
Okay.
So now, if they get abortion, Trump say they should be locked up. Hold on. Hold on. See how you keep doing that? I understand you get triggered with the Trump. I get that. But if you agree with him, you agree with him. That's not my fault.
Ask me.
You agree with him, my boy. He agree with you that life starts with conception. He agree with you. So therefore,
where do you think life begins?
I don't give a fuck. That bitch is get rid of it. I don't care.
You don't.
Now you see what I mean?
See, that's garbage.
Now you get it?
No. You want to sit there and argue
I don't
about
care.
a stance? Take a stance.
It's no stance to take.
I took a stance.
I'm not a scientist.
I took a stance. I'm not a scientist.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
Whenever that bitch feel like she pregnant, that's when she pregnant. I don't give a fuck. If you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. You got to stance up. It's murder, my boy.
I see y'all.
See the difference?
You know what?
No, it's nothing to leave off, bro.
You said,
it's nothing to leave off.
That's garbage.
I want you to stay here. This is it's clear. It's clear. I'm taking my stance. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Your stance is it's murder. Now you see the difference?
And your stance is well, fucking. Well, according to you, she can have an abortion up to
Yes. Now you get it. I don't care.
So you think it's a woman?
Yes.
You know you.
Now you get it.
No.
It's no religion with me. I don't give a fuck. That's her child. And when it come out, are you gonna take care of it?
Crazy.
Nope. Is all this religious stuff gonna come into play then? No. I don't give a fuck.
You trying to go?
I'm telling you my facts, my nigga.
Yeah, that's you.
Now I'm anti-religion.
Look.
See what you just did? You on Trump lane, whether you know it or not.
I'm on Trump.
Now I'm anti-religion. You pack your shit up. Time up.
I'm time up.
Ain't that some shit?
Look.
Because I say a woman can do what that fuck. Stop for a minute.
I told you what I believe. I told you what I believe.
Now, because
what do you believe? You believe
I just told you.
You argue with me. You don't believe nothing.
How I don't believe nothing?
Nothing.
I said a woman can do what the fuck they want. That's my choice. That's her choice to do what the hell she want. And you're gonna tell me I don't believe nothing now?
Woo.
What?
You just said
this is the argument. This is so clear that this is religion. That anybody paying attention to this
you was gone.
Can get it, bro.
You was gone.
That I'm not paying attention to religion.
You was gone.
That I don't care.
You know,
I'm not doing science. I'm not doing religion. I'm just doing whatever she wants. He won't admit that he doing religion. And that's where we at, bro.
What you mean I don't admit?
If you won't admit that
whoa. First of all,
in other words, you wouldn't care, bro.
Everything I do.
Why would you care? Why would you care?
Why would I care?
Yeah.
I care about life.
Really?
I care about life, period.
Really though? Think about that. Think about that. What? This bitch cannot afford this child. Are you gonna help him take care of it? Number one soul, brother. You. If they call you right now, and if they listen to this podcast right now, the bitch get pregnant tomorrow, and they remember, damn, mama, someone soul, brother. Let me tap into him because he gonna help us. Okay. You gonna help every motherfucker out here. Think about that, bro. Think about that, bro.
Because you have other ways.
Is that realistic?
You have other options besides abortion.
What?
You have adoption.
So now, get your kid to another person.
Okay,
hold on. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you where this slippery slope now goes.
How's the slippery slope?
Now we got a black person raised by a white person, different culture, different everything. Now we got
to be white.
Now we got a lot of different things happening now because now you're giving up the kids. It's no say so on where your kids go, my boy. You're putting them up for abortion. You're putting them for. You're putting them up for. It's forever now. What do you mean? You had no say so.
Put it like this: there are people out here. There are women out
here. So now you put your black culture out there for whatever. Talk to me. Where you at? This is where we at, bro. These are facts. Oh, my nigga.
First of all. You had
slippery slope, like I said.
Slippery slope. You got people out
because you just explain why it's slippery slope,
and you have couples that's unable to have children.
Yes. Now what?
And you have.
Are you? When they call them, go take care of.
They're willing to accept. They're willing to. They are looking. They're looking for children.
Huh?
That maybe because a mother can't take care of them.
They white.
They're not only white. They black too.
Cool. So now the white ones get black kids. What is that helpful for that black child? Too. Yes or no?
I grew up with a lady down the street.
Is that helpful to the black child being raised by a white woman?
It doesn't. You don't know.
Yes or no?
What?
From you, the number one soul brother. That's why I say it's a slippery slope where you went through with
slope.
the abortion, bruh. You see where you went? You see where you at now?
You gone from
You went from there.
You gone from killing kids to white people raising kids.
You went from there.
No, you went from there. I said it's other mother.
You said abortion. You said it's other ways you can do it. Give kids away.
Options other than
you didn't put the white
abortion.
people in when you did
because
that.
Because after a certain point, a woman can't have an abortion. So if she get to the point that she can't have an abortion and she doesn't, I'm gonna say one. I don't want to say one. Or she can't raise the child, or she doesn't have the means to raise the child. What other motherfucking means are there other than adoption? And you go straight to white people.
No, abortion before they can get to that problem.
Okay.
So why you have a problem with that, my boy?
What happens when a lot of times a woman is be out of their first trimester before they even realize they're pregnant?
What you mean first trimester?
The first 3 months.
Who cares?
What you mean who cares?
You don't even want to care. Why do you care?
Because if she can't, because it's
is it murder now?
What?
It's murder, right?
If
you keep trying to put me in it, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, you don't.
That's the difference between me and you.
I do.
You put your religion in it, your feelings in it.
No, I put my common sense.
All right, what's the problem then? 3 months she pregnant, getting an abortion. What's the problem?
I'm gonna tell you this much.
What is it? I don't give a fuck. Why do you care?
Give a fuck. You don't give a fuck.
Why do you care? I'm listening, bro.
Why? Because yes.
Why?
Yes, I am a God-fearing man.
Oh, there we go. Here we come. Here we come. Exactly. That's what I want you to get to, my boy.
You be a fucking heathen. You be a fucking heathen.
Call me what you want.
Don't come to me.
Call me what you want.
Just because I believe.
Once you put your religion in it, you make my point.
Everything I do, everything I do is not based on what I believe.
Thank you.
Some things is common sense.
I appreciate it.
If I went to straight,
Finally.
It says straight religion, I would say outlaw abortion, period.
That's what you want to do. It's murder. Why not?
You tell him that you go again telling me
you
what
said it was
I
murder.
want to do.
It's murder.
Instead of telling me what,
okay, cool.
Instead of going and listening to what I tell you, I believe.
But my point is, you can't contradict and say they can do what they want, but say it's murder.
I can believe what I want
and say it's murder too. You see my point?
Yes, I can say that.
And they can do what they want.
But it's if it's your choice to do what you want, it's not my body. If it's my body,
and your choice is you telling them their choice is to make murder, now I can lock you up. That's Trump's argument, bro.
I didn't say lock you up.
They murder somebody.
I didn't say lock you up.
They just murder somebody.
Because you throwing.
I'm not doing anything but doing what you said. You said they murdering somebody.
Would you look and see what murder is? Murder is taking a life.
Yeah, you said it was murder.
Murder is taking a life.
Yes. So you need to be locked up.
But we're not going by what the law says. We're going by what the definition of murder is. If the definition of murder is taking a life, taking someone else's life,
murder.
Yes. That's what it is.
All right.
But that doesn't. You
can't tell her to make a choice though. After that, I'm not going anywhere. You can't tell her to make a choice. Have you already told her it's murder?
It's deeper than what you.
What is her choice after that?
You try to throw that shit out there. You throw surface.
I'm not doing anything.
It's deeper than that.
I hate that, bro.
Shit is deeper than
what do you mean?
Come on. But you want to throw shit out there.
I'm not throwing nothing nowhere. You said it was murder. Don't ask me anything. I told you I don't give a fuck.
It's murder.
You said it was murder.
It's murder.
But then you can't tell her to make a choice after that.
Yes, I can.
How?
Because it's her body.
It's murder.
It doesn't. I don't care.
What?
It's her body.
Do you hear how you sound?
And she doesn't have to believe what I believe.
No, stop.
That is a person. I'm not.
But it's murder, though.
The problem is you want everybody to believe what you believe.
I don't believe anything.
You don't have to go by my beliefs.
It's murder.
Because your beliefs are different from mine. You just said you don't give a fuck if a woman have a motherfucking abortion in 9 months. That's what you just said. I
said 3 months. You jumped to 9 in the middle of the conversation. Irrelevant. I don't give a fuck. It's her choice.
Oh my God.
That's murder to you. Regardless, you still you keep skipping the point.
It's to me. But my standards,
you can't tell us murder, then make your choice.
My standards are not her standards.
It's murder. Make your choice though.
To me it is.
I go to jail if it says murder though.
Okay.
So what do you mean? That's contradicting things. Now you get it?
I believe.
All right, stay with that.
She doesn't have to believe that. That is her body and her
But
choice.
if you send her, she go to jail. Do you get where I'm at now?
If that's not what the law said, we going you.
No, we start off asking you if you were senator, if you was congressman. See
what I ask you? What is the
no
dictionary definition of
you were senator and congressman? That's how this began. If you were senator and congressman, you said I wouldn't vote with my beliefs, right? That's either yes or no. What do you believe or not? Or you gonna vote with it or not?
I mean, what would I vote? I would say I don't put what I believe to the side.
Exactly.
And I said I believe that a woman has a right to choose what to do with her body. That's what I said.
Exactly. And you said it's murder. So she had the pregnancy.
What I say.
What? You the senator.
Because
that started this conversation.
I believe. That's my belief.
You the senator. Congressman.
My belief.
We started this conversation off by saying you the senator.
But at the end of the day, it is still on her to do what she wants to do with her body.
But if you the senator telling her it's murder, what the fuck she supposed to do after that?
She's do what the law says. If the law says she can have
murder, you go to jail.
No, it doesn't. I asked you what was the dictionary definition of murder.
Are you serious?
And the dictionary definition of murder is taking a life.
Yeah. You said that's what that was at conception.
Okay.
So right then and there, everything is murder from that point on for you.
Jump to what the law says.
No. Everything after
you
that.
You go to what the law says. I asked you. You asked me what was murder. I'm giving you the dictionary.
I didn't ask you that, bro.
And the plain and simple.
I didn't ask you that.
And the plain and simple.
I didn't ask you
I'm
that.
gonna give it to you now. The plain and simple definition.
Never asked you that.
Is taking a life.
Never asked you that. But if you say that, if you say
basically,
at conception,
you know what I mean.
If you say conception,
you the one went to jail.
If you at conception and you say that's a life, at conception.
At conception.
So everything after that is fucking murder. So at the same time, you cannot say make your own choice. If I'm gonna tell you,
make your own choice.
When can I talk?
It is her choice because you keep trying to put words in my mouth.
I see him be quiet and let you go.
Come on, man.
As soon as I say one word, you interject one more
because
again.
you keep trying to put words in
so
my mouth.
So therefore, you'll get 10 minutes and plus whatever I try to get in.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Turn the mic on.
See what I mean? Then the mics go off. Then you put shit down. Then you're ready to go.
I am ready to go. I've been ready to go.
This, bruh.
Go.
Bruh.
Go.
This, like, if you don't know how to have a debate, I know how we had debates in the cafeteria. I get that. Where debates, here we go again. See now, like now I'm talking now and you talking now. See the difference? Now you see what I'm saying?
Make your point.
When do I get to talk without you saying anything?
Make your point.
Now you see what I'm talking about? Now I get it. When we was debating in the cafeteria, that's not the same as a podcast. Like when we're in the cafeteria debating topics, it's ever-lending. You can go on and on. You can jump up, run around. All that is cool. But when we podcast, you got to have words. And they got to be, that person got to have his part of the debate clear and heard. And you got to have your part of the debate clear and heard. You can't go on and say your joint for 10, 15 minutes. And then when the other person come in to say whatever they had to, here we go again. See? What are we doing?
Make your point.
When am I going to finish?
Make your point.
Why you got to say that?
Because I want you to make your point.
Because that's why I'm talking. I'm making a point.
What's your point?
But when you interject, that's my point right there.
You know what? I quit. I'm done. Make your point.
See, look, you still saying make your point, but you up, leaving, all types of wild shit.
Yeah, I'm done.
When it's 10:15, bro. Like this, we're at the point. Then you get in the Uber. It's like, what are we doing? That's what I mean. All right, I get it. We debated in cafeteria and all that shit. But at this point, you don't know how to debate on a podcast where we live. A podcast is different from fucking in the cafeteria, bro. Like, you cannot be emotional for one. Again, I'm talking. You don't put your mic up. You put your headphones up. You put your computer up, but you still want to talk.
Because you're not gonna keep putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting nothing in your mouth no more, bro. I'm just talking about me personally. Right?
Like I said, make your point.
You keep doing that. But after you wait for 10 minutes, I ain't say a fucking thing. I ain't chime in. I ain't say make your point. I ain't say nothing. I let you go on. But this is the problem with the podcast in general, right? You have a problem with other people's debates, their point of view. And this is a podcast. You can't overrun the podcast with your point of view. Once you make your point, its point is made. Once somebody wants to rebuttal that, you can't interject them. You can't cut them off after you made your point, because they try to make their point too, to combat your debate, which makes a debate. Two people make a motherfucker point, and then we go on facts to see who wrong or right about this. But if you don't let the other person get their point of view out, when your point of view is clearly put out, and you cut the next person off, every minute they try to combat that, that's not a debate, right? I get that. We did that in cafeteria. I get that. That's the birth of the podcast, of debate. But you have to let debate breathe. You have to hear all sides, because your side will be irrelevant if that's the only side that's heard. Is my point being made? Second, you can't get emotional. This is nothing but debates. 6 or 7 of the last podcasts, you ran out of the pocket. See, again, here we go.
Because I told you, you don't put words in my mouth.
What words? I'm talking about me right now, bruh.
If I tell you, ask me something,
I'm lost.
I tell you something,
again.
Then you gonna tell me what I believe. You tell me what this, that, and the third.
I ain't know what you're talking about now. See,
come on, all right.
What are you talking? I'm lost. What?
All right.
We're not talking about abortion no more. We get that.
What are we talking about?
I don't know what you went with that. You didn't want to explain that. You went emotional with that too. Like you can't get emotional with debates, my boy. I never told you what you thought. I told you what you said. Once you said it was murder and concession, that's it. After that, you can't tell a bitch she can make a choice after that, bruh. And when I started saying that, instead of you saying step by step how you feel that you could do that, everything is now I'm a heathen. Like, that's not a debate. That's not a conversation. You made your point. Now, I can't even make my point. You're going to cut my point off and call me heathens. Like, that don't even make any sense. I was raised in church, my boy. My grandma was raised me in the church. I know the fucking church. That's not the point. We talking about politics. And the point I'm trying to make to you, they supposed to be separate, bruh. I know how to separate those two. You making it hard to separate those two because you put your feelings in it. You put that in all your debates, and you make it emotional for some odd reason where we can't fully continue a black debate about anything. Anytime it get heated, anytime you have to explain it, it's a run out thing. Or put the headphones down. It's like, that's not a conversation. We did that in the cafeteria, though. I get that. Where we just ran around. Oh, stop. You sound dumb. I get that. But when a platform like this, people got to understand both of us or whoever on the podcast. They got to understand both debates, both conclusions, both answers, and come to their conclusion. We can't sit here and try to make them believe what you believe.
That's the same shit you do.
I do not.
What are you talking about?
Again, I don't do that, bro. I'm trying to have a conversation.
You push what you think.
Like, I never and once pushed that I don't believe shit. Like when you said abortion in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I kept telling you I don't give a fuck. I never said that before on this podcast in my life. I never pushed that because that's my belief. Now you see what I'm saying? That's my belief. I never pushed that because that has nothing to do with politics. That's my point. Like, I can't push that. But you want to push the fact that you believe that's murder and you want to tell me that you believe what I believe, they can do what they want. You can't do both. Instead you have a dialogue explaining to anybody listening how you feel that you could do both, and you blow up and want to take the mic off, headphone. Can't nobody hear you now. Like now you talking when I'm talking. Can't nobody hear you because you took your mic off, you took your headphones off. So you kind of interjecting without can nobody hear you.
If you was told, and I sit here and explain it to you every time we had this conversation. This is what I believe, but I don't force my beliefs on nobody. I can believe what I believe.
Can't nobody hear you. Again, this is a podcast. This is where you roll off the. This is where the thing is right here, bro. You gotta realize this is not us in the cafeteria or in the parking lot, on the streets. This is a podcast. We have to have clear conversations, bro, where your side of the debate is clear, if it's a debate, because most of the time we agree, and my side of the debate is clear.
If your side of the debate ain't agree,
If
you don't dig it.
I never give a fuck if nobody agree with me, bro. Like nobody never know I'll give a fuck when you get abortion, bro. Everybody know you will it's murder as soon as I fuck a bitch. So that's murder. You can't tell them this is debating the black culture. You can't then say, okay, have your right to choose. But I'm gonna lock your ass up though, because that's murder. That's double talking.
I didn't say that.
We start this conversation off with you, the senator, you the congressman, so number one soul brother. See, you took it out of pocket.
No.
You took it out of you, not the senator no more. You took it personal.
Because you keep trying.
Can't nobody hear you.
Words in a motherfucking mouth.
How can this be on Spotify, Google Podcasts? Can't nobody hear you.
All right, I'm done, man.
Nobody can hear you, bro.
All right, I'm done, man.
You too emotional with this shit, bro. This is politics. It is too emotional for you, bro. For real. Like this shit is not that serious. For real. This nigga unplugs every podcast, bro. He don't go through one podcast without getting emotional about his feelings or nothing. This shit is ridiculous, yeah. Ridiculous. Every podcast. We can't have a debate. He can't tell a motherfucker it's murder. And then say, okay, make your choice. I don't give a fuck. It's your choice. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here, yeah. For real. Like, if you can't have a conversation with us on this podcast, whatever the fuck, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you, bro. For real, for real. One thing about me, I started podcasting by myself anyway, right? That's one thing I don't care about. But if you want to debate and have political debates, bro, that's what you need to have. You can't go on political debates with your point of view and that be the end of it. You know what I'm saying, dog? You can't. And then everything is a emotional thing where you gotta run out the studio. Like, it's not even what? It's not even that. Articulate your debate. That's it. Like, if you can't articulate it no more, you want to shut down, that's a whole nother topic. But then you want to flip and all that bullshit, then that's whatever. You can do whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever. Nobody gives a fuck. I noticed one thing about podcasting, bro, and debating and shit, everybody is not built for this, bro. They act like they are. They really ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not ready to get information. You're not ready to get your motherfucking, you're not ready to research. You're not ready to have an actual debate. You know what I'm saying? You're not, everything is emotional. I had a podcast called Third Perspective Podcast, where it began on fucking politics. That's the reason I made this podcast right here, because I had to separate the two from hip hop and politics. I had a podcast on there. Everything is emotional for him. He can't even talk without being emotional. And I'm noticing motherfuckers cannot podcast, bro, about politics without being emotional and in their feelings. Even if it has nothing to do with them. This man here is not having an abortion. Nobody in his family having an abortion. But he's so emotional about my point of separating church and state that he don't want to admit that his whole decision is based on the Bible. It's so dumb. And then we can have a debate on conversation on that. Why not have that conversation? I will never know. Because it's huge. I'm a heathen though, because I want to separate these two things. I don't want to have anything to do with how I feel, even though I was born and raised in the church. Even though I read the Bible, the Quran, 3 times back and forth. Even though my grandma wouldn't let me leave out of the fucking church 6 days a week to do anything that had nothing to do with church. Besides that, I'm a fucking heathen because I don't want politics mixed with religion. It's real simple, bro. And once you start doing it, I say that's politics mixed with religion. You get highly upset and don't want to explain. That's not my fucking fault, bro. I don't care. Be honest with you, bro. You don't know how to debate. You don't know how to have conversations. That's not my fault. I don't give a fuck. For real. It's not my fault, bro. Like, that's not my fault. Like, every conversation you have, you gotta get highly upset. You gotta get running off the top of the. It's like, why? For what? It's stupid as shit, bro. Like, every conversation is abortion. If it had anything to do with religion, it's a shutdown, take the microphones off, and I gotta go. Like, what are we talking about? Are we having a podcast? Do we know what podcasts mean? Conversations, debates about a topic. I don't give a fuck what the topic was. The whole podcast. Break down, have a conversation. That's why we're here. We were here to prove that ghetto motherfuckers, niggas from the streets, can have a conversation about politics, bro. Not blow the fuck up. Easy to have a conversation, easy, and know what the fuck we talking about. Fuck out of here, yeah. Like, every conversation can't be feelings. This shit is stupid. Literally. Damn, this is Black History Month. Now, I do want to bring up my lady here before I get out here. Now, in the 80s, right? It was not a lot going on in figure skating, right? First of all, it wasn't a whole lot of black people in figure skating at all. And we had one black person back in the day, man, that at the time, me living at the time, not knowing how important that this person was and what she was doing at the time, that figure skating, first of all, is a tough sport. I agree with that. But to be in it hold up. Shit. I want to get to my girl real quick before I get out of here. Now, like I was saying, back in the 80s, man, Miss Thomas broke all barriers. She broke the records. She got gold record. She got a Olympic gold medal. But I want to point out because at the time, it wasn't a whole lot of black women doing figure skating. And the fact that she not only, man, accomplished what she accomplished during that time, right? She also